here and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. And today we are making the Daisy cardigan. It was Bridget who came up with this cardigan. She is calling hers a bed of roses because she used all kinds of pinks and turned the famous sunflower square into roses, and she then decided to turn it into a cardigan. And isn't it a wonderful cardigan? So this is the first video for the actual cardigan. We've already had a lookbook. We are now making the daisy square. So I decided to do daisies instead of roses, but of course you can come up with any colors or any combination or any flower that you want. So for my cardigan, I used citron for the centers and I used just the one ball, and this is all I have left over, so quite a lot of centers can still be made with this amount. Then I used cream for the petals. This is my second ball, so I had 2 balls of cream and this is what I have left over. As you know, I made 63 squares, but I then added more to it, so I still had enough citron and cream to make the 9 extra ones. And for the base of my cardigan I used denim and I used 5 balls initially, but then I made the cardigan bigger and so I needed another ball, so 6 balls of denim in total. So for Bridget's Bed of Roses cardigan, she used various pinks, so she used soft peach, candy floss, claret, pale rose, blush, raspberry and fuchsia purple. The centers she made in parchment. Her base color for her cardigan was meadow. So for this project I am using a 3.5 hook, although the yarn is prescribed for a 4. I always use a 3.5 for my tension. Then I have a darning needle and of course scissors. Let me show you how to make the square first. So this is citron and we are going to start by making the center. So make your slip knot, insert your hook, and you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then you go back to your first chain and you insert your hook, and we're going to do a slip stitch to make a tiny little circle. Then we chain 2, 1, 2, and this chain 2 is going to be regarded as the last stitch of our round, so we are not going to take it into account just now. We are now going to be placing into the little circle here 11 double crochets. We are also going to try and take the end along with us. So yarn over, insert into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is how you are going to make 11 double crochets into the circle. So just checking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 more. There we go. So this is 11 double crochets. Now we are going to skip this chain here and we're going to use this V here. So this one should be the 11th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we are going to do a slip stitch. Now this slip stitch will lie on top of that chain 2, and this will be our 12th stitch for our circle. Now it's very important you have these 12 stitches because of course we're going to need to make 12 petals. So we are going to pull up our loop and cut off the yarn because we have now finished with this color. So now I went ahead and I made all my 63 centers. So I have sewn in the end of my little disc here. I have 12 V's going around the outside of my work, and now we are going to get started on the petals. So I'm using cream for my petals because of course I'm making daisies, but of course you are free to make whichever colors of flowers that you want. So make your slip knot, insert your hook and close up your loop, and now starting under any V, you yarn over twice. You insert under a V, you pull up a loop, you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you stop there. So we are doing treble crochets, but it says treble crochets together. So that means we don't do the last pull through. So we do 2 pull throughs, then with the last one we stop, and we are doing 4 treble togethers. So this is the first one. For the second one, into that same stitch. For the third one, yarn over twice, pull through 2, wait, and for the fourth one, into that same stitch, doing your 2 pull throughs. You now have 5 loops on your hook. You yarn over and you pull through all the loops on your hook. Then chain 2. So yarn over twice into the next stitch. You are going to do those pull throughs bar the last one, and you do that 4 times. And you pull through all the loops after you have achieved 5 loops, and then you do 2 chains. And this is how you are going to work around your disc here, creating your petals with your 4 treble crochets together, chain 2 into each stitch. So that means you will have to do 12 petals. Make sure you count them. If you do not have 12 petals, do not continue. You will not be able to square up your circle in the next round. So you must make sure you have 12 petals. I will see you at the end of the round when I have my 12 petals. So I am just finishing my last petal. And yes, I have been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have got 12. So you must make sure you have 12. So you do your chain 2, and then you go over to your first petal here. This stitch closes up for me here. I can go under that one, and I'm doing my slip stitch there. There we go. So this is the flower for our square finished. So now I went ahead and made all the petal rounds on my 63 squares. So now we're ready to start squaring up our circle, and I have my main color here. So I'm going to make my slip knot, insert my hook. So yarn over twice and insert into any chain space. You are going to create a treble crochet. There we go. So we yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And we are going to be doing 3 treble crochets, then 2 chains, and then another 3 treble crochets into that same chain space. We are making a corner, and the corners in the first round are made up of 3 trebles, 2 chains, and 3 trebles, and that gives you this. Then we are going to do a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next chain space. And then we do into the next chain space another one of those 3 double crochet clusters. There we go. See? So really what we've created here is one corner and one side. And this is the sequence that we are now going to repeat another 3 times, and that will bring us back to here. So first of all, we make a corner. So that means we do trebles, so we yarn over twice. Then we chain 2. And then we do another 3 trebles into that same chain space. And then we do our clusters of 3 double crochets in the 2 upcoming chain spaces. There we go, look. And now we have created 2 sides and 2 corners, and you can see we are squaring up. So continue like this, and I will meet you when you encounter that first corner you made. So I've made it to the end of my round. My circle has now become a square, and we are going to close this round. So here, this one just sort of closes up. So we're going to go under this V here, and we are going to do a slip stitch which closes the round. Now you're not in a very good position here to start your second round of your base color. So we are going to go and do a couple of slip stitches. So 1 into the next stitch, 1 into here the chain space. And this has now brought us to a better location to get started for our second round of our main color. So that is 1, 2, 3, the 4th round that we are going to start now. So chain 2, and in this location we're going to create a corner. But of course now we don't need to square up anything anymore. So from now on we are going to be making normal granny clusters of double crochets. So here we will create a corner of 2 double crochets added to that chain, so that makes 3. Then we do 2 chains and another 3 double crochets into that same chain space to create the corner. There we go, see? So now we are going to look for the locations where we are going to place our clusters. So in between the clusters of the row below, we are going to be placing 3 double crochets. Then over to the next location for another cluster. And another one. And then when we get to the chain space for the corner, we are going to be placing 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets in there. And then of course you are going to continue with placing your clusters along the side and creating your corners into the corner chain spaces. I will see you when you get to the start of your round. So I have made it to the end of the round here, skipping the chain 2, going under that V there, and we close the round. Once again, not a good position, so I'm just doing 2 slip stitches to get me into the corner chain space. Then I'm going to chain 2 and do exactly the same as we did in the previous round. We are going to create corners of 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets, and clusters of 3 double crochets. There we go. So I will see you at the end of your round. So I've just done my last cluster, once again skipping the 2 chains, going under the V and doing my slip stitch. And that is the end of the round and of the square. So now I went ahead and turned all my flower centers into squares using the denim. So for this cardigan I have made 63 squares. I used citron, cream and denim. And my squares are 13 centimeters wide and 13 centimeters high, or 5 by 5 inches. So good luck for making your squares. Now I did try on the cardigan after I assembled it and then decided to make more squares, but I think 63 is a good amount for you to start with. This will give you a cardigan of like a 12 to 14 size. Mine is still that size, but it is a longer version. So thank you very much for watching this video. This is of course only part 1 for this particular cardigan, for this project. There is a written pattern available for this cardigan. Please follow the link in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!